You are welcome to this edition of Eportal tutorial. I'll be teaching you how to set up a school and what each field stands for. To do that, you click on Set Up New School. This setup involves 9 explanatory stages. Ensure that all information provided are accurate and verified. You can pair the setup at any stage and come back to continue where you stopped. Yes, it's actually what you read. If you get to a stage and you don't know what to do next, you can just leave it. What you've done earlier will be saved and you come back to complete it later. So, this school is a demo school that is added on your dashboard. If you want to edit an existing school that you have, you want to make changes to the school configuration, you click on the school. Let me say, for example, I click on this Queen Best. It will load Queen Best data, but that's not what I wanted to do in this case. I wanted to set up a new school. I click on proceed, then I click on set up a new school entirely. Now we have a blank page, so let's move on. So my school name, Eportal Demo College. Our school motto, school on the go. School address, Taraba. Let me use Jalingo. Close one. By estate. So this school master's administrator email address, it's actually what it means. This will be the email address of the admin. It is bringing the email address you use in registering your account, because if you are not adding any other person as the admin, then automatically you are the admin. But let's assume you are just an agent setting up the school for another person entirely. You have to enter that person's email here. Then whenever that person registers on our platform with the same email, the person will be able to administer the school from his own personal account, not your own account. Let me repeat that again. If you are setting up the school on someone's behalf, you are an agent. You have to put the email of the owner of the school or the school email here. That will be the email of the school administrator. Same thing applicable to the phone number, the PO box number if the school has one. If the school does not have, just put a space, or if the school have, you can type it. School type, primary, secondary, tertiary, religious. Let me pick secondary school. Then we click on proceed. Okay, just put the number. Okay, we have that saved. Terms per session. In my own area, most school has 3 terms per session and most school has 2 tests per term, but this can be configured based on whatever school you are registering. This is one of the motives of this platform, to be able to adapt to each school's need on the go. Just click and set up your school based on whatever the school is giving to you. So maximum score, we mostly have 100. That is the total score obtainable. Then for exam, for my school I'm picking 60. Then we have 2 tests, 20, 20. Note that the addition of these 3 must be equal to the maximum score, so that you won't have overlapping data. This is very important because this is what we'll be using computation of results and other things on the platform. Let's proceed. Now we have the number of ranges available. We have a preset for UA, but if your school is using a different thing apart from this preset, you can clear this by clicking on this clear grades and enter the one that your school is using. This is just a preset. You can change it to whatever your school is using. Responsibility rating. Those are the grades primary and secondary school use for their students. If it is an institution, you can leave this place blank where they don't do students like that. But we are registering a secondary school. Let's see behavior. Behavior, handwriting, neatness. Then the grading for the responsibility rating. This is also a preset. You can change it to whatever you want. You can change it to whatever you want. Then the classes in the school. For primary school, let's just add the basic classes. So we have nursery 1, nursery 2, Please note that once you add students to these classes, you are not to make changes here, as any changes you make will affect the classes to which you add your students. The classes will not be visible to the student again because you've changed the class. That means the class is no longer in existence. So these are the classes in this particular school. Then let's add teacher. Let's assume you don't want a single individual to have access to this portal. You want teachers in the school to be able to add students, add results, and add data term by term. So we have multi-user based entry. Any teacher you add here, whenever they register on the platform, they will have the access to do that. So we have distribution of duty. We have separation of duty to make everything simpler. That's the aim of the platform. It doesn't have to be a single individual entering the whole result. Every teacher can do that from the comfort of their phone. It's as simple as that, from the comfort of their mobile phone. Let me just add a single teacher here. Okay, I clicked on 2. Let me just check an email. Let me add support at eportal.net.com. Then the name of the teacher, then the phone number of the teacher. The name and the phone number is very important. The name will be used inside the platform. The phone number will be used for verification of the teacher. The email will be used for identification. All this information are important, very, very important. Okay, now the subjects offered in the school. Note, this is not the subject offered in a single class. The subject offered in the school as a whole. You will add it to each class differently. The reason is simple. There are popular subjects like mathematics, English that is offered across all classes. We want to be able to make a reference to grading between classes earlier. So you have to add the subject offered in the whole school from the smallest class to the biggest class in a single list here. Let me just add 5 subjects across different classes: Maths, English, Economics, Verbal Reasoning, Let me put agricultural science, agric. Now, the last stage, the first thing is to upload the school logo. Every school has a logo. If they don't have one, try and make sure they get one, because the logo is essential in today's world. Very, very essential. So let's pick a logo. I just picked a logo here. Then this is an acronym that will be used for the school, like Popular, ABU, UIL for Unilearning, ABU, and many other schools like that. So every school should have an acronym. That will be what will be used to refer to the schools. Most schools has acronym. So for this particular school, Eportal, let's just use EPDS. Then the next stage asks if your school has registration number assigned to students. The recommended answer is no. The implication is the system will generate a registration number, a unique registration number for your students. But if you have one that you've been given to your students earlier, you pick yes. But note that if you pick yes, that means you have to type your registration number yourself, and it must be unique. If it's not unique on the platform will reject it. So we advise you leave it as no. The next stage is very important for agents who wants to earn on the platform. School agent ID. This is what will give you your claim to your agency reward. You must enter your agency ID here. I repeat, you must enter your agency ID here. So let me just assume this is my ID, and the same thing is for referral. The difference between these two is, let's assume there is a case where there is an individual that just referred the school to an agent. This one gives the individual 5%, while the agency reward is 15%. But in most cases, it is assumed that it is the agent that will still be the referrer. But in exceptional cases, when someone referred the school to you, 5% is for the person without the person being an agent. Once you save this place, you cannot make changes. It is important that you note that once you save it, you cannot make changes. So by clicking next, we have come to the end of the creation of a school on Eportal. Next, please, it will require you to pay the registration charge for the platform. It will require you to pay the registration charge for the platform. Okay, you have successfully set up your tools. Kindly pay the activation fee to start uploading their results. So the activation fee is 5,000 naira flat for each school you register. 5,000 naira flat for each school you register. Then after this, they pay 250 per student every time. To make payments, you just click on this button, click to make payments. Then our payment gateway is loaded. You have different options of making payments, but the most recommended one is either you pay via bank transfer, which is very easy for every individual, to this account number, and you click on I've made this bank transfer. You can pay with your bank USSD code if you choose a particular bank. GT Bank is one of those banks that use USSD a lot to make the payment, or you pay with your card. It's very straightforward and simple. Note that all payments must be on the platform. Any payment made outside the platform is not recognized. For your system to be activated, the payment must be made on this platform. Thank you for following up to this stage. In the next section, we will be exploring a school to see how it looks like and what it takes to manage a school. Thank you.